Hello. We're so spooky.
I knew you were gonna do that.
I got bats on my head.
Freaking bats.
Freaking bats.
Do you know where that's from?
No.
It's a popular, these popular videos. I think they were Vine videos. I never got into Vine, but there was this little girl who, I think it was like, maybe like little bat stickers on the window or like bat decals or whatever. And she's looking at it and she just goes, freaking bats. Hilarious.
Freaking bats. Well, look at you, witchy.
This is just my everyday attire. What are you talking about? Now, you guys might notice we've got different setups going on. If you've been paying attention, you know that we've done a little bit of a switcheroo. I now have Michelle's background, and Michelle doesn't have my background. She has an alternative background. So you guys are just going to have to kind of roll with us. We should be back to normal this time next week.
Yes.
Well, and we will, return back to our status quo. But for now, it is weird Halloween Eve. Michelle's got her bats on. I've got my witch hat on. I've got my Wicked Witch mug here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what are we talking about today? We're talking about mind monsters.
What the heck is a mind monster?
Yeah. You tell us, Michelle.
Mind monsters are like oh my gosh, I'm so silly or stupid. I don't like to say that. It's even hard just to use as an example. What if I screw this up? What if everything goes wrong? What if oh my gosh, what if nobody likes me? What if I'm the problem?
What if I can't do this?
What if I can't do this? What if I break it? What if I ruin every relationship? I have no friends. You know, those mind monsters that try to convince you that you're the problem. We all do.
Well, not even that you're the problem. I think I'm thinking I hear it a lot with like people on dating sites. It's like you're always looking for the red flag before you even look for the green flags. It's always what's wrong with this? Why won't this work out? I can't do this. It's not going to work out for me. Nothing ever works out for me.
Yes, those would be really creepy, horrific mind monsters. And if you hear any background noise, that's a little
literally can't hear any of it.
Okay, good. A little puppy monster trying to get out of the door. So anyway, what do you do about mind monsters? How do we get rid of them? How do we flip the script? And we have talked about this a lot from different perspectives. And so it's facing your flipping fears. It's facing those voices. It's talking to those voices. It's giving the voices a voice or an ear to be heard, and then they quiet down. That's when they shut up. Or
you're telling me that I shouldn't avoid the voices? You're telling me I shouldn't push them down and ignore them until they burst forward like the Kool-Aid Man?
Well, if you want to feel anxiety, and if you want to have panic attacks, and if you are into self-isolating yourself, then absolutely smush them down. If you want to have gut issues and you want to have headaches and you want to be stressed out all the time, absolutely great idea. Push them down.
High blood pressure.
Absolutely.
Where they're being pressured
down. Push them down. Ignore them.
So are you saying that means that I have to be like best friends with them then? I have to be like, I have to cater to them? I have to listen to them?
Well, let me put it to you this way.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ever going to be separate from in this lifetime? Are you ever going to be separate from your body?
I don't plan on it.
So your body goes with you everywhere you go. Would that be a true statement? True or true?
Really?
So if your body goes with you everywhere you go, What else also goes with you everywhere you go? And oh, and by the way, I'm like a jack-o'-lantern today. Yeah. So if your body and your mind go with you and your heart everywhere you go, wouldn't it make more sense to embrace who you are, what you are, and how you feel, and understand you and accept? So it's radical self acceptance. And when you do that, I'm not going to say that the voices go away. They're not going to go away. Just like hopefully your body won't go away or your parts of your body won't go away, but they will quiet down.
Mhm.
They will quiet down.
It's like that concept of when you're out, let's say you're out to lunch and someone says, "Oh my God, you've got to see this guy sitting over there. He's got this coolest hat on." And you're like, "Okay, I have to look." Someone tells you not to do something, it's going to make you want to do it even more. But in translation of this, the more you avoid those voices, the louder they're going to get because they're vying for your attention. They want
Right.
you to pay attention to them. So
Right.
the more you ignore them, it's like the little kid. Oh, even better example. You have a toddler and they're going, "Mom, mom, mom, mom," and you ignore them and you ignore them and they keep going, "Mom, mommy, hello, mom, hello."
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Are we there
Are we
yet?
there
Are we
yet?
there? And then you give them attention, they stop. Now, probably a slippery slope. I haven't read all the parenting books, but good example nonetheless. Or like a dog whining at the door to go out. You ignore them, they keep whining, they keep whining, they keep whining. You finally let them out, they stop.
Right. And it's the same thing. And we've talked about it before, the warning light on your car. It ain't going to go out if you don't. The gas is going to be empty if you don't put gas in the car. And so that warning light is trying to let you know that you're running out of gas.
Mm-hmm.
So you can ignore it, but your car's going to stop.
Right.
So what would you rather do? Face it? And here's the thing is people always think it's going to be way worse than 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 it is. Like they think it's going to take more, it's going to be harder. Oh, but I feel sad. And if I push down my sadness, maybe the sadness will go away. No, it won't. You're faking it. You're faking being happy. You're not allowing the sadness to come up and out. And
Mm-hmm.
guess what? Now you're going to be sad longer and it's probably going to get even more intense.
Yeah.
And then you're going to try to do other things to attempt to make yourself happy, things that you probably shouldn't do, numbing out, self-isolation, running from it, doing crazy stuff. And you can't escape it
Yeah.
because again, you take yourself everywhere you go.
Yeah. Now, one distinction I would like to make, and I speak about this through personal experience, is if you find that those thoughts literally won't leave, and they tend to recur over and over again, when you address them and you acknowledge them, they still continue to come back and they still continue to come back, and it becomes very troubling. That probably would be a point where you want to start with your primary care physician, whoever that looks like, functional medicine doctor, whoever that looks like, because
Absolutely.
there may be some OCD going on. Most of us tend to
Yep.
think of OCD as, things being organized on a desk, but OCD is actually is more often than not, obviously, more of a mental thing.
Right.
But it can very much be connected to thoughts that you're having. Now, I'm not saying to just diagnose yourself with OCD because
No.
you have some anxiety. Very different things here. But if you feel that it seems to be a very pervasive issue and nothing is truly working, that may be another conversation to have. It could be hormones. It could be neurotransmitters. It could just be something being a little bit off that you got to get into, check into shape.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to go on prescriptions and all of that. It just means there might be some things that need to be tidied up physiologically. So sometimes it's not always a mental thing. It can very well be related to the physiological aspects of your body as well. So just a little note I want to make there, because there is a a big distinction between those two things.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, if it's been a while and you're doing all the things and you're not quite cutting it,
Right.
have a conversation. See what you find out.
And it's okay to have to go and talk to somebody and have therapy. It's okay to reach out for help.
Totally.
Strong people ask for help.
Absolutely.
Strong people, I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Strong people ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
They need it. And it's okay. We all need help at some point in time. We all like to give help. At least a lot of us. I mean, I think most of us do. There's some people that probably don't. But if you're a good person and you want to reach out and help people, then do that. Don't do it for your own pleasure, though. You do it for other people. And so if you're doing it for the right reason, then it's the right thing to do. Same thing with reaching out for help. And if you have to go on medication, you have to go on medication. Get a second opinion. Do your research. Ask tons of questions. Get really curious. But there's some simple things that you can do for yourself before you get to that point. Try some of the things that we talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Get curious. Start asking yourself the questions. Start writing down your feelings, whether it's a fear, the ruminating thoughts. Write them down, journal them. And here's the thing, if you reread it, a lot of times after you walk away and you come back and you reread it, you're going to look at it and go, oh my God, that is so not true. Like, I was in a bad space when I wrote that. And that's okay, because now it's not stuck inside of you. It's on a piece of paper that you now can get rid of and burn or rip apart and throw in the garbage, stomp on it. I don't care what you do to it, but you don't have to carry it around with you anymore.
Yeah, usually I look back and be like, oh my God, shut up.
And that's
myself, okay. My own writing, let me be very clear.
And that's okay too, because that's the thing. When we are responding to our own fears and our own voices that are inside, it's okay. Sometimes we have to be a little firm. Sometimes we have to downright get a little bit mean, like, shut the hell up. I'm doing this because I know it's what's right for me.
Yeah.
And sometimes, if it's your younger, your inner child that is screaming for attention because they're sad or they feel lost, then you bring out some compassion and some empathy.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you have to put them in the corner. So you get to kind of play mother to yourself. And a lot of us, and I can talk to this too, I was raised and I was the parent most of my childhood. And so when I have to mother my inner child a lot because I had to be the mother, I wasn't as mothered, if that makes sense. So a lot of people that had that type of childhood, they have to do the same thing, kind of backtrack a little bit and give that inner child some extra attention and some extra compassion, because they're just doing what they've always done. They're trying to boss you around like you probably had to boss your parents around, or the family, whatever the situation was. And it's just you healing. It really is a healing process when you can bring out your empathy and your compassion and talk to your inner child. Let your inner child know that you've got their back, that they're safe, that they don't have to be in fight or flight mode anymore, that you are the adult now and that you've become what they dreamed of, or you're becoming what they dreamt of if they get out of your way. And that is a lot of the issue, is they do try to get out of they do try to get in our way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. 100%. I don't think that we actually introduced ourselves. So welcome to Moment of Presence.
15 minutes in.
Yeah, just a little bit. Michelle, Moksha Grace.
Is that who you are? Who's Michelle?
Yeah, that.
I am Michelle.
Oh, see, I pointed, but because my video isn't far enough out. You can't see me pointing. I'm
I
Michelle.
love it.
I'm Michelle. And I absolutely love doing this work with emotional liberation and helping uh, my clients work with their internal voices, their internal family, really help them take control so that the emotions aren't running amok and making their life crazy. So that's what I get to do. Krista, what do you do?
I work in operations with CRMs, and I coach people to use these things effectively. And yeah, happy to be here as always.
uh, and COO of Moksha Grace Coaching, keeps me in line.
I don't
Keeps
think I need
me
to say that every single week, so I was just kind of going for short and sweet.
I know, but it's fun. So what else about this topic? Because there's so much. What direction would you like to go in?
I'm leaving that up to you, babe.
All right. So what do you do when you recognize that somebody else is having a conniption fit and it seems like their inner child is in control? Do you fight with
Well, I can tell you what doesn't go well, and it's telling someone, hey, you're acting like a child. Don't do that. From
Don't.
experience, I can tell you that is not the route to take. That's a conversation for later.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And
it does, if we can identify that, does give us an idea of how we can approach the situation, what kind of language we can use.
mhm.
What I find interesting about someone who is maybe being overrun by their inner child for the time period, is the way we communicate is honestly very similar to how you would communicate to a child.
Yep.
When someone is being led by their inner child, even if it's just for a moment,
Yeah.
they're going to be very defensive. They're going to be very this isn't fair. Probably a little bit.
Life isn't fair. That would not be the not thing to say is
Yeah,
life isn't fair.
yeah, don't say that in response.
Don't do that.
But what was I going to say with that? I don't remember. I lost it.
Sorry. I interrupted you.
You did. That's okay. I don't remember where I was going with it. So go ahead. You take it away from here.
No, it's emotional intelligence, and a lot of us have had some type of a class, whether it's through work or whether it's through school. You've had some type of emotional intelligence, but the thing that no one tells you is to turn that around on yourself, understand your inner family, your emotional intelligence within, and then in retrospect, you can then turn it back around to the outside world. And all of a sudden, it's like you see so vividly everything. Like it's so much more clear how people function, how they work, what they're thinking, and who's thinking, like what voice is kind of speaking up for them or coming through. Um, it's amazing when you really understand it, and this is not hard. It can be fearful because again we think we're going to get stuck in it. Well, what if I remember that thing that happened and it made me sad and I get stuck there? The majority of time, that's not going to happen. Some people do need a therapist to help them or a psychiatrist to help them through these stuff. I'm not going to lie, that is part of that. Sometimes you can do it on your own, and a lot of times a coach helps walk you through it. And then it's not as scary because you're not doing it alone and you have someone that's guiding you. I'm not telling anybody, I don't tell my clients anything. They tell me and I guide them.
Absolutely.
It's 12:22. It was 2:22.
Hey.
I was typing something today at 10:30 on 10:30, and I was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
that's cool.
that's neat."
That is. So tomorrow it's Halloween. If you're taking your kid out to go trick or treating and they start throwing a temper tantrum, just remember they're just dealing with their inner child in that moment.
Mhm. And I remember lots of times where little kids, and I used to I used to volunteer at the elementary school when my kids were little, and there would always be the one kid that like takes their costume and just like wears their normal clothes, takes their costume off, and they just have their normal clothes on because it's right before the Halloween parade around the school and they get nervous. And why argue about that, right? Why push them to do something that either they don't want to do, or why not just listen? Why not ask them questions of what they're nervous about? What are their biggest fears about it? And you can then just kind of talk with them, show them that it's not so scary. And the same thing is with adults as well, because a lot of adults still have a lot of those same fears, and they follow us, they come with us because they weren't taken care of when we were younger. Not anyone's fault. It's life. Life happens. But now that we know, we can address, listen, flip the script.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We watch a show, and on the show it's a paranormal show, and it's so funny. And it's what they do, right? They go into these haunted houses, and they're asking, and this is really funny actually. They're asking the ghosts, the spirits, to speak up, to talk to them, and sometimes they try to rile them up and like get them angry and talk back to them. And then when the spirits show themselves and speak up, then the paranormal team like screams, yells, or runs out of the house. And it always cracks me up because I'm like, you got what you asked for, and now you're running from it. Wouldn't you rather stay and get curious and ask questions?
Listen, they are in the pitch black dark, okay? Anybody would get spooked, all right?
My point is that with emotional regulation, if you think about it, we have to do the same thing, not run from what is scary or what we asked for, but actually turn around, face it, and get curious and ask questions and befriend it, because we're going to be living with that part of ourselves for hopefully a very long time. So get to know yourself.
Yeah.
Have fun with yourself. Oh my gosh, my fear of spiders still really? Deal with it. Spiders catch mosquitoes. I still don't really like spiders. If I can
Oh,
see them,
me and the spiders out in the chicken coop, we have a BFF relationship. I leave them be. They eat all the little ants and the mites, and they keep all of that at bay. Heck, if I see a daddy long leg in my shower, do your thing, bro. I'm gonna help you out of the tub before I turn the water on. You just get nice and cozy. Keep all
well, I
those
don't
ants away.
I don't mind daddy long legs. It's those other brown wolf spider things I'm
Those
always
are even less harmless. Or okay, maybe not less harmless than a daddy long leg, but
I don't know. I got stung by a bee a week and a half ago, and I still have a welt on my back.
She's
So
been milking it ever since.
I faced my fear and I got stung by a bee.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wrap the
so
poor thing in your shirt. What was he supposed to do? He was scared.
he was fearful,
Or
and
she.
so he or she couldn't
No,
face
he.
his fear, so he just gave his life and stung me.
Yeah.
Poor thing. So anyway,
On
have
that note,
have fun tomorrow with Halloween.
we need to do a
If,
moment of presence. Literal
oh,
moment of presence.
yes, we should. We should absolutely do that. So I think what we should do is we should take some deep breaths, and I want to challenge you to just allow one fear out of its little cage or dungeon that you keep it in, and just let that fear come up, whatever it is, whether it's a fear of an animal or a fear of whatever. And just think of it as you take a big deep breath and hold your breath. As Krista looks really spooky, and then let it out. And whatever that fear is, this time when you take a deep breath, I want you to, as you're holding your breath, ask it a question. Ask it a question. Why are you here? When was the first time I was afraid of you? Ask it a question. So deep breath in. Hold it. Let it out. The answer may not come right away. It may come later today, but write it down. Just write it down. If it did come up for you, take a deep breath. And this time, just say thank you. Thank it. Be appreciative of it. Exhale. Because remember, all of our fears, all of our thoughts, they're all there as a warning. They're all here to let us know that something's going on and we should be mindful. But it doesn't mean that we have to listen and then not do something. We can still move forward, even knowing we're fearful or we're unsure. It's facing those fears and allowing them to have a voice, thanking them, and then moving through with regardless. Don't let those fears stop you. Because what if it all works out right? What if it's all for you? Which it is, by the way. Everything that happens to you in life is for you, even if you don't know it yet. So, every day you get to wake up and you get to decide if you're going to have a good day or a bad day. And I will tell you, choose wisely. Anything left, Krista? Anything else?
Have a great Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Go be spooky and let your inner child have some fun. Go dress up. Put on a bat headdress or whatever this is, or a witch's hat.
Exactly. See y'all
All
later.
right. We'll see you next week in November.